In today's video, I am going to be breaking down my favorite 5 point guard basketball moves that I used to pull off back when I was playing a lot of that point guard position later on in college. So this first move is actually a move that you can use and see a lot of when there is a press break or a full court press defense running against you. And basically the whole main goal of a press defense is to force you towards that sideline. That is going to be a massive thing when it comes to basically having that defense pressure you. So what you want to do is to take 1 or 2 dribbles towards that sideline. And you want to take 1 or 2 dribbles there. You want to then do a quick behind the back and a reverse dribble. What that is going to do is that allows you to create space between you and your defender or defenders. If you've got more than one defender at that point in time, let's say they're running a diamond press, a 1-2-1-1 or a 1-3-1, something like that, and they're pressing you, and you've got essentially a player on your left side and a player in front of you. What that's going to allow you to do is when you start attacking that sideline, they're going to start collapsing in on you. And when you start reverse dribbling out of that, you can now see the court maybe a little bit better. You're not as stressed because you're not going to have as close of defenders to you. And with that reverse dribble, you're going to be able to maybe hit a player who's cutting out the middle, or you can attack possibly the weaker defender if it's the weaker defender who's covering the middle. You can also use this same exact move if you're getting double teamed in the half court when you're trying to score or when your team is trying to score. And you can also use the same exact move if you're being pressured at the half court. So basically what you want to do is to attack at first the stronger defender out of the two, especially when you're in the half court. You want to attack that stronger defender and then pull him away, basically out of contention of trying to stop you from scoring. You want to attack that bigger or stronger defender, pull back, reverse dribble, 1 to 2 dribbles, and that's going to allow you to now essentially attack one-on-one that weaker defender. So essentially, if you've got a double team on you and you're attacking that stronger, maybe faster defender, and you pull back and then you've got your arm out to protect that dribble, and now you've basically got your one man right there who you can attack and basically have a one-on-one game against, because now that big, stronger, better defender may be actually out of the play. Maybe he's switched to back off onto another player. And the other option is, hey, you only have maybe a second or 2 for him to recover back at you. At that point in time, you need to know 1 to 2 seconds, I need to get either past to this or this secondary defender who's weaker, or pass that ball off. That reverse dribble essentially gives you the ability to view that court and find that man who's open. So let's say, for example, I'm attacking this right side. I've got him out of the way. Now I can attack that weaker defender and I can pull for a shot on that side. You can actually run a drill without even pylons. You don't necessarily need pylons. I use pylons because I can visualize things better, but you can attack essentially from the point down towards that high post, reverse dribble out quick, and then attack 1-2, and then pull up for that shot. Now keep in mind, as a point guard, you don't need to have all of these flashy moves that you see back in the day from And One or from the professor online. You don't need all of those ball handling moves, but you need to have good moves that will allow you to create space. You only need to have 1 or 2 dribble moves, and then when you make that crossover, what you need to do is to attack the rim or take that shot. There's nothing worse than seeing a point guard dribbling that ball up the court, doing a quick snatch back, maybe a double, bang, bang, break that guy's ankles, and then he just sits here and waits for the guy to get back up so that he can break his ankles again. Oh, bang, bang, broken, right? You don't need to have all of these fancy moves. However, they are useful, but they're only useful if you actually shoot or attack after you remove the defender from the equation. So one really easy move that you can actually use is just a jab cross. You can jab that way, cross over. You then have a wide open lane on the left side. This is especially useful if you're coming down very quickly into the half court offense and you see that your main defender is essentially playing you straight up or maybe playing you a certain way, and he's not expecting you to do any offensive moves. He's expecting you to just come down and say, yeah, run a horns offense and then set up. But what you can do is, if you're coming down full speed and he's not moving and stuttering his feet, jab, cross, attack, and now you are past him, because now from that jab cross, he's down on his heels, he's gonna need to turn. You're already past him. Simple move that you can run if a team is basically setting up in like let's say a 3-2 zone, and they're just waiting, sitting there waiting for you to set up the offense. And meanwhile, you're coming down full speed. He's not moving. He's not stuttering his feet, getting ready to go. You can pull off these simple moves and you can get past a lot of defenders that way. The third move is actually not necessarily a move. You can use different crossovers with this, but it's a change of height in your dribbles. So what I'm talking about is you can be coming down, maybe setting up your offense, horns 2, you're dribbling shoulder height, defender's not expecting you to do anything special. Well, if you're saying horns 2, they start running the play, and you get really low, and then you start attacking. Well, guess what? You've just now changed the height of your dribble. You've changed your speed. The defender may not have been able to see that happen in time, and you've already blown by him. So let's say I'm coming down horns 2 or horns 1, bang, pass them, take that shot, and now it starts looking like a fantastic option. If you're running an offense, if you're a point guard, and you start calling out whatever it is, 4-1-3, and then you start changing the height of your dribbles, then you can actually get past defenders quite easily. Now, getting along with the whole change of height dribbles, the fourth option or the fourth move that I really like is when players get shifty. I can't get shifty all that much anymore. I've had 2 knee surgeries. However, I'm too scared to move sideways on my right leg. But some of the things that you can do is to really get wide, really do those hops. And what you're doing is hopping off that leg on the side that you're going. So bang, bang. See how I'm hopping off that right leg and landing on it again. That's going to help you get shifty, and you can actually do a lot of different moves and pull up for jumpers or even attack defenders by doing that, because what's going to happen is that defender is going to slide over maybe too far. You're already being pushed back in that direction. You can attack, easy shot or layup or dunk for you. Now, when it comes to attacking the basket, we all know as basketball players that we need to attack the top foot. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically if a defender is trying to force you this way by tilting his body that way, having his top foot here, you want to attack that top foot. Now, this can work in single coverage in a press. This can also obviously work in the half court as well. But let's say, for example, this defender is playing you this way. He's trying to force you towards his left, your right. Now, you may not want to go that way, first off. Number 2 is you really want to attack that top foot, because for him to turn and to defend you this way, it's going to really take a lot of time. And I'm talking about milliseconds, but in basketball, that's a long time. So what you can do is to do a quick crossover this way to attack that top foot. And then as soon as you make that crossover, you want to take one dribble and then spin back around to attack the opposite top foot this time. So what this should look like is, if the defender was forcing you this way, what you can do is a quick crossover attack, one dribble, and then spin off, and then you'll be at that rim. Now, if he was, for example, defending you to force you towards your left, which is his right, what you can do is then attack that top foot. And of course, this is what it would look like. I hope that these moves help you as a basketball player, especially as a guard. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.